We took couple of days off.
Just living our best life.
It was a little hard. We went away, as we said last podcast episode. We went away to Harry Potter World.
The greatest place on earth.
And it was a little difficult to just, get back in the rhythm of things.
The Muggle world.
Yeah. So, today, as we promised, a full Harry Potter episode.
I've been waiting a really long time to just sit down and talk about Harry Potter for a good solid hour.
So, if you don't like Harry Potter...
I don't know why you'd click on this.
Yeah,
Obviously, probably name something Harry Potter.
Last time we spoke, we said, hey, turn this off and go read. So, I expect you all to have read all 7 books.
Yeah, we gave you enough time.
Yeah, we give you a week. I mean, that's enough time.
Yeah.
So, and watch every movie. Okay, spoiler alert for, we're just gonna put that out there now.
Yeah.
But, if you don't know what's going on, I read the books probably about 3 years ago now for the first time.
Yeah, we were pretty late to the game.
But I knew, they're so old, you can't get mad if you hear about a character dying now.
I didn't know anything.
Because you live under a rock. Like Patrick.
I was, super happy that I didn't know anything I could, experience it.
I knew everybody who died, I just didn't know how they died.
I didn't know someone was gonna die. Spoiler alert. Sirius Black.
Still not over it.
Still tear up every time I think about it.
So we're gonna get right into this episode. I hope. So if you don't know Harry Potter, I won't insult you. I can very easily.
Thinking about insulting you in my mind.
But I won't. But you don't have to we're not gonna really go over you only get this episode if you read and watched every.
Hopefully this episode will make you want to go.
But we're gonna keep it pretty light. We're gonna talk about Harry Potter World. We're gonna talk about celebrities and what houses they could possibly be in. Maybe you can find out what house you're in if you don't know. So that's we're gonna keep it nice, and you don't need to be a diehard fan. If you don't know Harry Potter. It's pretty enjoyable. And everybody's so quick to be like, oh, you're a Harry Potter nerd, that's for children. Mm-hmm. That book, the last couple books are awful.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be a child in reading those. They're pretty awful. So you can be an adult and like Harry Potter, okay? Stop judging. What is on our agenda first, Russell?
First, we're going to talk about the different houses and their characteristics.
The first, Rissa is a Gryffindor, and we did this. So Pottermore is the go-to.
It's most real. Unless
don't go on BuzzFeed.
Even though some of them are pretty accurate.
BuzzFeed does have one where they break it down into percentages between each house, and that one was really accurate. Yeah. So
also we're drinking butterbeer.
Yeah, we made butterbeer floats because we're legit. I gotta definitely have those shirt on. Just visualize it.
Mostly Harry Potter.
Yeah. Rissa's a Gryffindor. They are generally brave, daring, chivalrous. They're very, very, very proud and adventurous.
Pretty much the best thing you can be.
Oh, well, we'll see. And then, so the next one is Ravenclaw.
Which I think is the worst house.
They're just boring to me. I love Luna. Love Luna.
I just feel like they're a cold house.
Yeah, they're
detached.
Yeah, they just don't seem. The other ones are so ready to kind of fight with each other, but fun fight with it, just very competitive. And I don't know, Ravenclaw just seem like they're good with their books. Yeah. And so they value wisdom, intelligence, creativity. They value brains over brawn. Well, it just sounds a little boring to me. Then there's Hufflepuff, which is what I am. And that's,
they're everyone else.
They value hard work, dedication. They're very patient. But that's the one part, because I don't think I'm very patient. They're the most loyal out of all the houses. They're usually the nice house. They want everyone to be happy. Not to say, because all of these are smart. Intelligence is pretty much
I feel like if you're dumb, you're a muggle.
Yeah. You have to be smart to do this.
Yeah.
So it's but I think people think of Hufflepuff as just a stupid stoner house. Mm-hmm. Which it probably,
there's definitely some weed passed around that common room.
Yes, but I think that they are
they're super into plants. What other reason is there besides?
But they're definitely not dumb. I think some people think they're dumb. They're definitely not dumb.
I think they're very underrated and underestimated.
Yeah, we'll get into that. And then Slytherin is the last one. They are cunning. They're very prideful, resourceful, ambitious, also intelligent, and they're very determined. They are thought of as like everybody's like, oh, like if you don't really know Harry Potter, but you know the houses, you think of Slytherin as like the really like you're evil if you're Slytherin.
Yeah.
They did have the most evil wizards,
Yeah.
but they're not an evil house. Like that's their own choice. That's not the house's choice. That's your own choice as a person.
I mean, the creator of like the Slytherin house, Salazar Slytherin, was pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty like think of Donald Trump.
He's one of my celebrities.
So think of him as
like he has these followers.
Yeah, and he only wanted pure blood. Yeah. Like he was pretty racist against like if like Hermione is a
half-blood.
Yeah. And so they did not like that at all. But they can be arrogant because everyone in Slytherin is exceedingly proud to be there. So that can be like, turn you off a little bit. But that's okay because, they've done they're really good. I mean, you can't deny.
No, they're
some of the best wizards. Yeah. So you can't deny that
they're just
arrogant.
assholes.
Yeah.
Big ol' assholes.
So we took the Pottermore quiz, which is like the legit, like if you really want to know, because it's J.K. Rowling's website. So if you want to know what you are, you gotta go on Pottermore and take that official quiz. It's pretty quick. I mean,
and there's like so many. Like you basically go to Hogwarts just on her website. Like you can get your house, your wand, your Patronus.
Yeah, there's a lot, and they're all like really accurate because it gives you a whole description, big long description of like why you're put in that thing or why they gave you that, and it's like scary accurate. And it's all just these random questions like, do you like light or dark? And it's all these questions, these random things
that have like deeper meaning. You're
like,
and
then it comes out and you're like, ooh, wow, that's true. So Rissa took it, and she was a Gryffindor. Yep. And what's your Patronus?
I'm pretty sure it's like a fox.
So what is describe a quick Patronus for the people who don't know?
It's not like your spirit animal, but it's like something that you're some kind of.
They are kind of hard to do, like
because it is a spirit animal, but it's not a spirit animal.
No, it's not like a Native American form of spirit animal. But like say, so in Harry Potter, they've got these big bad guys. They're called Dementors, and they're supposed to be like guards to the jail, Azkaban. But they suck out your soul pretty much, and the one way to get rid of them is to use your Patronus. So you say Expecto Patronum, and then your Patronus flies out of your wand, and it's like this pretty light creature, and you don't know what it is.
It's basically just like light and like good.
But it's an animal specific to you.
Like, do you think, because like we never saw like Voldemort's Patronus.
It had to have been a snake, right? Because I mean, he had Nagini.
But could bad wizards have a Patronum?
Oh, I guess.
Because it is like
Dementors didn't go after them.
No.
Yeah, I wonder.
Because like I feel like Dementors
we should
are
tweet
evil.
That at JK.
Yeah, like Dementors are evil, so you can't have an evil fighting off evil.
Yeah. So think of like Peter Pan. Like where you have to think a happy thought to fly.
Yeah.
So Patronus is you have to think of your happiest thought, and that will help you. That's what you have to use to use your Patronus.
Yeah.
And the quiz when it came out, I think last year when they finally had to put the quiz on Pottermore, it was huge, and then people were getting really mad because there's like hundreds of different animals that you can get.
Like a rat.
Yeah, a salmon.
Yeah.
Those are bad ones. So mine is an Irish wolfhound.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah, that was a cool one. And then
I was pretty happy with my fox.
Yeah, that's a cool one. Like we made Rissa's brother-in-law Brian take it, and he got some bird. And I'm like, that's boring. He also got Ravenclaw.
And he's the least Ravenclaw I've ever seen. Like he's Hufflepuff or Gryffindor all the way.
Yeah,
like,
I would
put him in Gryffindor because he is a showy person.
Yeah, he wants that attention.
He loves to be the center of attention. Tinkerbell. He needs applause to live.
And then Rissa's sister Sammy
is Slytherin
the heir
through
of
and
Slytherin.
through.
She is the
she
heir.
Is the definition of Slytherin. I'm pretty sure like her blood is green.
It's cool to know Sammy because you can be like that's a real Slytherin. Like, I think most people we know you can put them in two different houses. Yeah. But not a Cinnamon.
No. She is 100% Slytherin.
Yeah. Like, even more than, like, Draco.
Actually,
like,
she might be like a little Slytherin Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
Which is a dangerous mix.
Yeah. That's a cold person.
Ooh, that's rough. But Brian, if you're listening, which you're probably not, you are a Gryffindor.
Yeah, you're not a Ravenclaw, Brian.
No, but like 0% Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
Which I think is not a bad thing, because I think Ravenclaws are...
No, all of them are good.
No, I don't like Ravenclaws. Like, not... Because, like, everyone's smart. They're just, like... I feel like they're just, like, oh, but we're smarter. But, like, are you?
Yeah, they just seem...
They're just, like, clinical.
And JK didn't give, like, besides Slytherin and Gryffindor, JK didn't give the other houses a lot of, like, FaceTime.
No.
So it was little...
Hufflepuff got some FaceTime in
a little
number
bit.
4.
There was definitely Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, then Ravenclaw. Yeah. And the only reason we really know anything about Ravenclaw is because of Luna, who was Harry's friend. We don't really, other than that, there's no other famous Ravenclaws.
And I feel like she wasn't I feel like she was an outcast in the Ravenclaw house. Yeah,
she definitely could have been in a different house. Mm-hmm. I could have seen her in a Hufflepuff. Yeah. I thought she was Hufflepuff for a while until I found out she was Ravenclaw.
She's one of the coolest characters.
Yeah, I love Luna.
But
So now we're gonna go into some celebrity Hogwarts houses and we can guess. So Rissa, who's first on your list?
So I have Obama first.
Obama's definitely a Gryffindor.
Gryffindor through and through.
Yeah, he is very proud and he wants to like do good, but he also, I mean, like if you're a politician, you want people to know you're doing good. So yeah, I definitely see him.
But like, I think he did good and wanted to do good.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and then we have Hillary, which I think is a Slytherin.
I think she's a Slytherin too. I think because so if we look back at our traits of houses, cunning, prideful, intelligent, determined, that's all Hillary.
That's Hills.
I can see totally Hillary. And again, you do not have to be evil to be Slytherin.
But then we go to our next one, Donald Trump. Who is the evil Slytherin?
I think he's a squib. I don't even want to give him.
You're right. Like, he's not smart enough to be.
Yeah, I don't even want to like give him the honor of being in Hogwarts.
Yeah,
just make you. So a squib is someone comes from a magical family.
Yeah, magical lines,
but has no powers. Yeah. So
I wish he had no power.
Squib.
You're like the squib of squibs. Like even squibs make fun of you.
Yeah.
Squib.
Trash.
Trash. All right, so now we have Pope Francis. I'm thinking Hufflepuff.
Yeah, he seems so nice. Yeah. And just like the old Pope, what was that, Benedict?
Yeah, it was
he seemed like a cold. Second. Yeah, he just he could have been a Slytherin, but this Pope just seems like he's just happy all the time. Yeah, I see Hufflepuff.
I feel like he's trying to do good.
Yeah.
Chrissy Teigen. I think Gryffindor.
Yeah, I would say...
I say Gryffindor or Slytherin.
I was going to say Slytherin because just of how sassy she is. But that's the thing, Gryffindor and Slytherins are very similar. That's why Harry almost got put into Slytherin. And why a lot of people argue that he should have been put in Slytherin.
See, but I think you can either be Slytherin or Gryffindor, and it depends on what you want to be.
Yeah.
Is what you're going to be.
Yeah.
Because, obviously Malfoy went in, he was like, I want to be Slytherin. But... And then
that's the thing.
Harry went in and was like, no, Gryffindor.
Yeah, that's the part where I think that is a big trait. Yeah. Is that you get
because
what
I don't think everyone is just one house.
No, I don't think so. Besides Sammy.
You have to be except Sammy, obviously. You have to I think because in the books, don't they say the hat will take into account what you want?
Yeah, that's what they say. How Harry was able to go into Gryffindor.
So I think that's it with everyone because obviously you're not just one thing.
Yeah.
But, except for Sammy. But, so then I think that's where that comes in too. Where, that's where you get to choose.
Yeah.
Because you don't really see anybody, really upset about the house they get.
No. You wanted, because you're similar to me, whereas every BuzzFeed quiz I take, I get Gryffindor. But Pottermore says I'm Hufflepuff, so I gotta go with Pottermore. Which is you, I think, are a similar split, but you wanted Gryffindor. Yeah. So that's why you are a Gryffindor, because you wanted it. I was okay with just being Hufflepuff. So that's the difference.
Yeah.
Is that we are similar, but that's a big difference, is that you wanted, Gryffindor.
Alright, so on to our next celebrity, Taylor Swift.
Slytherin. I mean, come on, with
Queen
all
Tay.
this snake stuff.
You am
okay with that, Tay.
You're my favorite Slytherin.
You be proud of that, Tay.
Alright, now we're gonna go to, Chris Pratt.
Hufflepuff, I think.
Hufflepuff,
yeah, just a goof.
Yeah. It's like a good old goof.
Yeah, just a nice, happy goof.
Alright, so now we're gonna go to some historical figures.
Okay.
We'll probably bring it back to celebrities eventually.
Yeah.
Alexander Hamilton.
I think I would go. My first reaction says Gryffindor.
Mm-hmm.
But
and he went out and got it.
Yeah,
I could also see thing.
I could see a little bit of Ravenclaw just because of how hard. Like, he was definitely a workaholic, so I can see him being either of those two.
Yeah. Now we're gonna go to the other side of the coin. Aaron Burr. Slytherin. Yeah. Does he do anything to
he
put himself forward?
Yeah, he was. I mean, Alexander Hamilton was his friend, and he killed him.
Yeah, so big old Slytherin.
Yep,
Slytherin snake. All right, now we have the man who played Alexander Hamilton.
Lin-Manuel. I think Hufflepuff. See, I went Hufflepuff. So, but I can see because he is he's constantly working.
And I think he is, super, super intelligent.
Yeah. I just see him, he's always, again, it's weird, anybody who's happy, you think, that they're, but I think he is loyal and stuff, so I could go either way, though, with that one. I think he's not, a definite one.
Time out. What are you doing? I have Marla here, trying to drink my...
She just wants some ASMR. Licking. She wants some butterbeer.
Yeah, she is enjoying that butterbeer. Wow. As you can hear. She's really into it.
Yeah, there's probably so many people who hate the noise of, people chewing. Alright, that's good, Marla. We're losing listeners as we speak.
You're rude.
Alright, there you go, Mal. That's all done.
You can get out of the microphone.
She's just gonna stand over it, licking the air.
Marla, you are definitely Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
You're Hufflepuff through and through.
Okay, next celebrity.
Now we're back. Poot,
the famous Poot.
Poot Lovato.
I think people have forgotten about Poot.
Yeah.
So if you don't know Poot, what's wrong with you?
Get out of here.
It's Demi Lovato had a sister that she kept in a basement, and they finally let her out. And she's got some facial deformities, but her name is Poot Lovato. And I'm gonna go Hufflepuff for Poot.
I feel like she's a Hufflepuff aspiring to be a Gryffindor.
Yes, okay, yeah, because she's finally out.
Yeah,
this is her time.
She's like, I need to go. Alright. Maisie Williams. If some of you don't know, that is
Arya.
I just drew a blank.
I'm gonna go Gryffindor.
Yeah.
I would say Arya is a Slytherin, but I'm gonna go Maisie is
Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we have Sophie Turner.
Who is Sansa.
I'm gonna say Slytherin.
Yeah, I wanna go Slytherin too. Yeah.
Which is interesting because Maisie and her are BFFs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Slytherin for her.
Lady Gaga.
Gaga.
Right?
That's that's the toughest one.
She's just got so many layers.
Yeah. I don't want to say Slytherin because I don't think she's that cold. Maybe Hufflepuff. I know she loves,
See, I'm going Gryffindor, Ravenclaw.
She's hard
because she is an intelligent woman.
Yeah, I could hear an argument for any of them. I just think she's, if I look at, again, my traits, hardworking, dedicated, loyal, that's Hufflepuff. But then, Ravenclaw is intelligent, they're creative, and so maybe,
you know what? Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I would maybe go Ravenclaw.
Right?
Yeah, and which is weird, because obviously she is in the public light and stuff, so yeah.
But that's where it's hard, we have to kind of, separate, because, if you're going just by, the public light, it's either going to be, it's not going to be Ravenclaw.
No, never a Hufflepuff.
Never a Hufflepuff. It'd be Gryffindor or Slytherin.
Yeah.
But we gotta, kind of, take that down a little bit
Yeah,
and like see past.
For most celebrities, that's not really them anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would maybe go Ravenclaw for her.
Yeah, it's a good one. All right, now we got Joe Biden.
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
He's loving his Obama.
Man. Shout out Casey, just met him. So proud of you, Queen.
They forehead touched and
yeah, they touched foreheads.
Pretty.
Practically married.
Basically.
Probably in some cultures.
Maybe. All right, do you have any celebrities?
I have Alec Baldwin.
Ooh. I'm going to say Hufflepuff.
I went Gryffindor.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a tough, again, maybe we don't really know the Alec Baldwin. I guess you could argue, remember his phone call to his daughter?
Never mind.
That could be a little Slytherin in there. But, yeah, he's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
How about Leonardo DiCaprio? I'm going Hufflepuff.
I feel like Leonardo these last few years, because I feel like he'll do a movie. He'll do like a movie every once in a while, and then for like a while he's just hanging out on boats with models. Like, yeah, that's what he's known for. Like movie boat models.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got he loves the environment.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just get a little Hufflepuffy feel from him.
I can see.
How about Lord?
Yeah. Gonna say Ravenclaw.
Yes, me too. I was a little torn, maybe to go with Slytherin, but I see Ravenclaw first thing and sticking with it.
Yeah.
Meryl Streep.
Gryffindor.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Come on.
She's like overrated Gryffindor. She's basically Harry Potter.
Yeah, I think so too. Like as Harry Potter as you can get. The chosen one. Tina Fey.
Gonna say Ravenclaw.
Yep.
Ravenclaw.
I just think she's very, very hardworking.
And very intelligent.
Yeah.
Very intelligent.
So smart and quick-witted.
Alright,
definitely.
so we have to go on the other side of her BFF.
Amy Poehler. What do you say? Now, Leslie Knope was Gryffindor.
Yeah.
But I think Amy Poehler may be a Hufflepuff, I want to say. Which I think they are very similar, because I guess, we don't know, maybe Amy Poehler, I just see Tina Fey writes all these things, and when she's not acting and stuff, she's a big writer.
Yeah,
so that's why I see her as Ravenclaw. I don't know if Amy Poehler does so much of that, which is I would consider that a Ravenclaw quality.
Yeah.
I just kind of see Amy Poehler as like this fun, happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, she definitely smokes a lot of pot.
Yeah. How about Kris Jenner?
Slytherin?
Yeah. Like Sammy Level.
She might be like Umbridge.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
That's definitely her.
So Umbridge is the worst character of all time.
All time.
Worse than Voldemort.
Yeah, no.
Because Voldemort
there was just
had
like no rhyme or reason to her madness.
She was just awful.
Yeah.
Like Voldemort knew what he was doing. He wanted to destroy the whole world. But Umbridge just was awful for like tortured kids.
Yeah.
Like and it was that was a
like
very
tortured.
Yeah, that was a very dark moment of the book. How about The Rock?
I'm gonna go Hufflepuff.
Yeah. I think everybody wants to say, oh, he's The Rock, he's this huge guy, he's gotta be Gryffindor. But no, I think he's a proud Hufflepuff.
I feel like he's like a Cedric Diggory.
Yes. See, and a lot of people think like Hufflepuffs are just these fat kids sitting on the sideline. But look at Cedric Diggory, who was Rob Pattinson.
Yeah.
And he was the one chosen for the Triwizard Tournament, which is 3 schools. They have this really cool tournament.
It's basically like Wizarding Olympics.
Yeah, so they have 3 schools come together, and they pick one kid from each school, and so they have to be like the one,
the best,
the best of the best, and
it's chosen by like this magical like fire.
Yeah, it's not like a committee of people. It's like literally magic chooses them, and a Hufflepuff was chosen to do that. So. And then I had
and he would have won if the whole
But then that's where he's Hufflepuff, is because he knew that Harry was like, no, we're gonna do this together.
Yeah. Which
is a very big Hufflepuff trait. And then my last one was the orange asshole, but we went over that. He is a squib.
Yeah, squib.
Squib for life. Now we're gonna segue into some. So there are Harry Potter's a very beloved series of books and movies. So there's obviously a lot of theories that come along with these things. Yeah, and they're pretty interesting.
Make me think so much, and I'm like, shit.
So what do you have as your first theory?
All right. So there's a scene in the second movie in the Chamber of Secrets, and They're all in the bookshop in the beginning, and it's the Weasleys, Harry, Hermione, Draco Malfoy, and Lucius Malfoy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's when, like, they're all arguing, and Draco has, like, rips out a piece of paper in a book, and, like, you never really get any, like, information about it or
like
anything.
Why
he did it. So, people think, because also in that scene, Lucius plants Tom Riddle's diary in Ginny Weasley's cauldron of books.
Mm-hmm.
So people think, like, later on in the movie, Hermione is found after she gets, like, frozen, whatever, by the basilisk, and she has a torn up piece of paper in her hand saying that it's a basilisk going around, like, freezing all these people.
Yeah.
And so there's a theory that it was Malfoy who planted the paper for Hermione to find, because he knew everything that was going to happen, because Lucius set it in motion.
And Malfoy, for a long time, I think he is thought of as being like this awful kid who has no redeeming qualities. But you say at the end that he isn't.
Yeah, he throws. Who does it? Does he throw Harry his one?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
so when he's fighting the final battle against Voldemort. Because why? Why would he tear out? Why would you even show that?
Like, what? Yeah. It makes no sense. Like, why? It just
if it meant nothing.
So, JK throwing it in there.
Yep. Some theories.
So, like, I don't. Like, I hate Malfoy, but Draco Malfoy. Yeah, but maybe there was some good in him.
Yeah, I mean, way earlier than we thought.
Maybe he didn't have a choice. Like, look at his family. Yeah,
his family was just filled with his mom, his dad, and then he was, like, pretty much the one Voldemort chose to be the next awful human.
I mean, he gave him, like, the task to, like, kill Dumbledore.
Yeah. So maybe he was a lot better than we thought, like, earlier.
Yeah.
Than we actually thought.
He was trying.
So my first theory is which is a pretty big, like, this is one of the more major theories that I think everybody's just assumed, like, this is correct. Mm-hmm. So the defense against the dark arts position is cursed. So each year they come to Dumbledore hires them, and then they come to their demise in varying circumstances, whether they leave or something horrible happens to them. So the theory goes that Tom Riddle, or before he became Voldemort, asked Dumbledore for the job. Like, he left after he left Hogwarts. He came back. He really wanted the job, but Dumbledore knew, he had seen Voldemort as a kid.
And knew he was bad.
He knew this power that he had. So he knew that he was evil, and he was way too powerful. So he told him.
Especially if you're that teacher, you get, like, permission basically to practice dark arts.
Yeah. So he knew, and you're teaching this to children.
Yeah.
So he knew that Voldemort could have started an entire army if he gave him this job. So he told him no. And so this really made old Voldy mad, and he cursed a spell upon the position. So then this curse was, one person can have the job, and they can only have it for a year, and then something bad will happen to them. So then Snape really, really wants this job. The whole series, Snape really wants this job, and Dumbledore keeps turning him down. But it's because
he knew it was cursed.
Yes, but only Dumbledore knew it was cursed. Yeah. Snape didn't know, and he knew if he gave the job to Snape. Now, Snape was like a double agent. Like, he was like a spy, because he was working with Voldemort, but it was only because that he was a spy. He was
Didn't
working for Dumbledore.
Didn't he get the job in...
Yeah.
He was, so that he was...
But it was only because, then Dumbledore kind of leaves, because that's how Umbridge gets it. It's because Dumbledore wasn't there, and then the Ministry assigns Umbridge the job.
Yeah, but then after Umbridge, then it's Snape gets it.
Yeah, but Dumbledore wasn't really there.
But then he dies.
Mm-hmm. So it's because it's cursed.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he knew, Dumbledore wouldn't give it to him because he knew that it would destroy him.
Yeah.
So, and I guess you can say, well, it's kind of sick. Like, he was protecting Snape.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like he gave all those other people the job.
But it kind of gave, like, kind of shitty people the job. Besides...
Except Lupin.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. But it wasn't really Moody who had it. It was whatever the guy's name. Yeah. He was impersonating Moody. So, but they say, like, well, Dumbledore was a twisted kind of guy anyway.
Yeah, like a weird sense of humor.
Yeah, he was sending children off onto almost dying, and so that's why you can kind of. But I think it's pretty evident that one is a real theory. Yeah. So J.K. hasn't said anything about it, but I think that's a real
waiting.
One. Yeah, get to us, J.K. What's your next theory?
I don't have another one.
Oh, all right. Well, I have one more, which is the Deathly Hallows theory. If you don't know, the Deathly Hallows is in the last book, they go over, or is it the second to last book? No, the last book.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Deathly Hallows. That is the last book. So, and there's a children's story in this, like for baby wizards, and it's about these three brothers, and the eldest brother wants the most powerful wand so he can take down any wizard and never die. So that's what he wants. The middle brother wants
the resurrection stone.
Yeah, because his love died, and he wants to bring her back to life. So he gets this stone, and if he turns it, then it brings her back to life. The youngest brother asks for an invisibility cloak.
It just shows the youngest is the smartest.
Well, I don't know about that. But, so the theory is that Harry Potter, Snape, and Voldemort are the three brothers. So I didn't tell Riss about this. So the oldest brother is Voldemort, because he was obsessed with power and the ability to conquer death. Because this whole thing is, death gave them, the three brothers, their wishes. But then the thing was, death was going to then come after them. So Voldemort...
Well, they didn't know that he was going to come after them.
Yeah, they didn't know it at the time. But, so with the eldest brother in the story, he gets this wand, but then he has to tell everybody about it, that he has this big, powerful wand.
Probably overcompensating for something.
Yeah, I mean, come on. If he was
a big wand.
Yeah, you know what that means. But but then eventually death finds the guy, because then somebody kills him for the wand
when he's sleeping.
Yeah, so that's Voldemort. So now the middle brother is Snape, because he spends his entire life clinging to the memory of a lost love, which is Harry's mom, Lily, who he was madly in love with and was his best friend.
And got friend zoned.
Yes. Well, Snape was a little bit of a weirdo, and she was the only nice one to him. And so she died. Voldemort, of course, kills her, and his entire life is devoted to doing anything he can do for her. So that is, Snape is the middle brother because he's longing for a lost love. And then Harry is the youngest brother, because death sought for many years. Death tried to get him, because Harry almost dies in every single book, multiple times.
He was like a child.
Yeah, but could never find him until he was willingly ready to meet death, which is at the very end of the book, of the last book. Well, not the very, very end, but Harry finally decides he knows that he has to die for everything to end. So he goes willingly to die, but because of that, and then the big twist is that Dumbledore is death, because Harry goes and meets Dumbledore at King's Cross Station.
Oh yeah.
So he greets Harry, and that is so Dumbledore is death. But because of Harry did that and showed that because you need love to live. And so Harry showed that he was capable of love, and Voldemort wasn't. So that's why Voldemort dies and Harry gets to kind of come back from the dead. But this was another theory, is that Harry could be immortal now.
That's what I was reading, that one.
Which I guess we'll find out.
Because it does say, one can't, only one can live while the other one...
And now that Voldemort's dead, how is Harry going to die?
And he came back to life. He died.
Yeah.
He came back to life. So, what can kill him now?
I don't know.
I actually do have another theory that I forgot about until you started speaking again.
Oh, and JK actually tweeted that she approved of that Deathly Hallows theory. So I guess
I like when she,
Yeah, she's really fun on Twitter. What's your theory?
So, my theory... Fucking lost it. Give me a second.
Get it on back. Get it on back. Come to your mind. Get it on back in your brain.
My theory is that, we're so stupid. My theory is the reason the Dursleys hated Harry so much and were so awful to him was because he had the Horcrux in him. He was a Horcrux.
Yeah.
And as we know...
This one's very interesting.
As we know, the Horcrux can, if it's close to you, it can make you do, some crazy shit. Ron was wearing the Horcrux locket, and, that made him leave his two best friends in the middle of the forest.
Yeah, so
because he was getting so angry.
A Horcrux is, so, I'm sure you all know, if you don't, you all know what Voldemort looks like. He looks like this alien, pretty much. And he looks a bit very snake-like. He looks that way because he knew that he had a better chance of living if he split his soul into many pieces. So they could kill the alien looking one. He's still technically alive because he split his soul. Yeah. So that's what a Horcrux is, and he was able to put his pieces of his soul in a locket, in a cup, and in a ring. Yeah. Like there's how many were there? Were 7 of them. I think so. But Harry was one of them, and he unintentionally
Voldemort didn't know.
Yeah, he didn't know that Harry was had a piece of his soul inside of him. Yeah. So that's actually how Harry's able to come back alive.
And super dark. Dumbledore knew about this the whole time.
Yeah, and didn't say anything.
Knew that Harry was gonna have to die.
Yeah, and just didn't tell him.
Dumbledore.
Yeah, he's a complicated character.
Yeah, but so the reason they treated him so bad was because he had the Horcrux in him, so it gave off this bad energy, and it was just
That's true, because when I read a lot of when you read things about you really get into how awful Harry wasn't hugged. His parents died when he was a year old. Yeah. So he wasn't hugged. He wasn't comforted when he was scared. When you really think about his childhood, it's terrible. Yeah. Absolutely awful. It's so sad.
It was encouraged for his basically his brother that he grew up with.
Yeah.
To abuse him.
Yeah. It's really awful. So that doesn't make sense, because when you're around a Horcrux, it makes you you get insanely jealous and hateful and angry. So that makes sense. That's why they treated him so badly.
It's what other reason is there for two people?
His parents died, and you take it when you feel bad. He was an only child, had no other family,
and they spoiled the shit out of
his cousin.
Yeah,
because this was his aunt and uncle, the Dursleys. Oh, yeah, I believe that one.
Yeah. The Marauders map.
Okay.
I got a lot of issues with this. First of all, does everyone know who the Marauders are? Okay, cool. If you don't, they are Harry's father, James Potter, Harry's godfather, Sirius Black, Remus Lupin, and Peter Pettigrew. But I do not think Peter Pettigrew should be considered a Marauder.
Cross his name off everything.
He should not be a Marauder.
Get really angry about it.
I do, because you had 3 great wizards, and this was basically they were just being nice to him,
yeah, because he was this ugly, freaky little kid.
We're not good at stuff.
No.
And these were they were all really smart, really good wizards, and then fucking Peter just tagging along.
But they were really good friends.
Yeah. And then,
really, really good friends.
And then he turns on them. Turns. And he's the reason, everything happens.
Yeah.
James and Lily die.
Yeah.
Harry is the chosen one.
Sirius goes to black.
Sirius goes to black.
Sirius goes to jail because of him, because they blamed Sirius for Harry's parents dying.
And killing Peter Pettigrew, who just turned himself back into a rat.
Yeah, and then Remus thinks that Sirius did it.
And, how symbolic, he is a rat.
Yeah. And that is what he turns into as a rat.
That Sirius is a dog. Loyal.
True that. I mean, Remus is my favorite, and he's a werewolf. So, sort of a dog.
He didn't have a choice, though. So.
No, he was born that way.
No, he got turned, didn't he?
Oh, wait, was it, what's his name? Greyback.
Yeah, Greyback turned him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why Sirius is the best. He's super loyal. But I really do not think he should be considered a Marauder.
No, there's a lot of things too, because I love the things with the map.
Yeah.
And plus, they're I really hope that they eventually come out with a movie or a book about them, because
there's so much there.
They're so cool. And we don't know that much about them, other than the bits that Harry learns about, and then Remus and you learn a little bit from Remus and Sirius, but not much, because they both die, so you don't learn that much. Yeah, horrible deaths. So I really hope we get a book or a movie. Get on that, JK.
And then the other thing about the map is, which a lot of people on the internet have questioned this, why did Fred and George never wonder why their little brother was sleeping with a Peter Pettigrew.
Yeah, true.
For years.
Because that's how Sirius finds out.
No, that's how Lupin finds out.
Yes. That's how he knows then that Sirius didn't do it. Yeah. Is because he sees Peter running around Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then
I mean, maybe they're just super
So when you go to Hogwarts, you get a pet. and Harry gets an owl, Hermione gets a cat, and Ron gets a rat.
Well, he inherited the rat.
This rat they thought was just this plain old rat, but it was actually Peter Pettigrew, who just stayed in rat form for like years. But that would have showed up. So this map shows you this this map is like a huge like like commodity to have. And so this map shows you where everybody is in Hogwarts, and their name pops up on the map, so you know where everybody is at all times. So at nighttime, where Ron is sleeping with his pet, it looks like he's sleeping with
Peter Pettigrew.
Yeah. What is wrong with Fred and George?
I mean, maybe they're just like super inclusive and just like, you know what? Do you, man?
Yeah, gay rights.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, I support that.
Yeah, if that was why.
But also, like, I feel like it's a small school. They should know if there's a Peter Pettigrew.
Yeah, and that's their brother. It's not like some stranger. That's their little brother.
So, yeah, I always thought that was kind of odd. Also, another thing, which I feel like a lot of people don't realize. You hear about Sirius Black in, like, the first few pages of Harry Potter.
The Sorcerer's Stone?
Yes.
Really? I have to go back and read.
Yeah. I realized, it's also in the movie, too. I realized, like, the second time I was reading...
Did they say because of his parents died?
No. So they say it is when, Hagrid is dropping Harry off to Dumbledore and, Minerva McGonagall, and he pulls in on, like, this motorcycle. And they're like, where did you get this motorcycle? He's like, oh, I borrowed it from young Sirius Black. So this is before Sirius goes to jail, because this is the night that his parents get murdered.
Yeah.
So he was obviously, like, can you imagine, like, Hagrid pulling up, and, like, Sirius is there with, like, little baby Harry.
Yeah.
Like, probably, like, distraught.
Yeah.
And then he's
his
like...
best friends just died.
Yeah, and Hagrid shows up, and he's like, I'm here to take Harry to Dumbledore, blah, blah, blah. So then Sirius probably, like, take my motorcycle, like, go. Yeah. So that's the first we hear of Sirius. And then we don't hear about him again until the third book.
Yeah, wow. And you think he's bad all the way up until the end of the book. So,
like, J.K., like, knew from the beginning.
That's amazing. Her mind is just amazing. Yeah. She knew every single book from the moment she started writing the first one. She knew how everything was going to... Yep. I mean, she's got an entire world in her brain.
Like, I would... Like,
and not just, like, a little world.
No, like years, like, it has a history.
Yeah, and I mean, and she's so cool on Twitter, because you ask her, there are fans all the time asking her, like, really well thought out questions, and she has answers for and I don't know if she's just making them up on the spot, which she could be, but then she answers them and like, yep, that's right, that's totally right. Like, she's an amazing
she's just
human.
like, she's like, it's almost like she's a history book, but like a history only she knows.
Yeah,
like, it's so cool.
She's amazing.
Blows my mind. So I also am just, like, super obsessed with Sirius Black. And I wrote a little bit about him. Because, like, I think he's such an interesting character. Because he came from, like, such a dark world.
Yeah, and he has such a sad story to go along with it.
Like, he had to overcome so much just to be good.
Yeah.
And, like, then he goes and gets blamed for being bad. So, like, his whole life he's fighting to be, like, this good, like, wizard.
He just keeps getting knocked down.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's some trip-ups. Like, where he almost killed Snape. But I feel like he redeems himself, like, over and over again. And it's, like, constantly, like, this uphill battle to be, like, a good wizard. And then, like, his best friend dies and he just, like, gives up. Because he's blamed for it. And, like, what
what are you gonna do?
Yeah. So, like, I think his is, like, the most tragic story.
I don't know why, I always I mean, my favorite character is Hermione for obvious reasons. But, Remus Lupin is, like, right up there. I don't know, I always just liked him. He was the coolest of all the teachers, and, well, no, not the coolest of all the teachers, because I really like McGonagall.
Yeah,
how could you? I mean, she's queen.
Boss.
Yeah, but, I don't know, but then, like, his story is really tragic, and at least he gets Tonks for a little while. They get married and have a baby, but I don't know,
I think it would have been more tragic if Tonks died and he didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, not for Teddy, but, like, for him.
Yeah.
Poor Teddy. Had, like, the same fate Harry did.
Yeah, she could really just continue with, and from Teddy's perspective, because both his parents die in one night, and it's all to make the world a better place for him.
Yeah.
And they die together, and Teddy's raised... He's raised by the Weasleys? Is that where he goes?
Yeah. It's the Weasleys, which is, like, no better place to go, but still.
Yeah. Poor little Teddy. You know what the Weasleys remind me of? Casey's family, the Murphys.
Yeah.
I just get a very...
Weasley.
Yeah.
Like
you go in that house and her mom...
It's my best friend.
Yeah.
She's just like...
Her mom just reminds me of Mrs. Weasley, Molly Weasley.
She is.
Yeah.
She really is. Especially in this town. She's
and her dad is Arthur
like
Weasley. I don't know, I just get a very Weasley vibe.
Yeah.
From the Murphy house. So, now it's Harry Potter World time. So...
Which is like, I'm actually going to take out my wand now.
Because... I should have brought mine. So, over the summer, shout out Sammy, we're bringing you up again. You're so popular.
You're not that great.
Sammy's getting her doctorate because she's very smart. And it's over the summer, she found out that she had to move down to Florida for the last part of her getting her doctorate. And so it was Orlando. So the whole family was sad because she had to leave.
Not that sad.
But, that's what I'm saying. Like, for us, we're like, no, because we've wanted to go to Harry Potter World for so long. But it's expensive. And then this was amazing.
Yeah, it was like this great experience.
Now we know somebody who lives 25 minutes away from it, and we can go, like, as many times as we want. Yeah. And all we have to do is buy a park pass.
I basically just want to live there.
Yeah. And so it was amazing. So Rissa and I were thrilled that yes, Sammy, miss you, love you. But it's, like, kind of great for us that she's down there. So Sammy was down there for, a month and a half before we made our first trip down. And we literally landed at midnight and had to be up the next morning at, like, 6:30.
to get there.
Yeah, to get there on time. And let me tell you, it does not disappoint.
No, I, like, walked in and I was just, like, my, like, heart sunk because I was just, like, in a good way.
I mean, I could barely sleep that night because I was so excited. Yeah. And so, like, people can make fun of us for being nerds about this, but just think of just one. There's got to be something that you
think about like walking into the world you've always wished you could live in. Yes, there's got to be
something, a fandom that you love. Now, just imagine seeing that come to life.
Yeah.
And it's an entire world. Like, it's not just like a store. It's an entire park.
And they did
just
it
for you.
Right. Like, they did it.
Rissa and I, like, we didn't care about the rest of Universal. We just took the longest walk ever to get to this.
We were stupid and didn't look at a map.
Yeah, we were just too excited.
We're just like, go.
So, I mean, and then we saw the tip of they have, like, you can't go in it, but they have Hogwarts up on a bunch of rocks. And, I mean, it's breathtaking. Yeah. It's absolutely breathtaking to actually see what we've been so obsessed with and see it in person. And, I mean, I would love if they could eventually make it where you can actually walk through a little bit of it. It was just breathtaking. I loved it. Yeah, and then this was just seeing something that you can't even touch.
You're just like, oh my god!
Yeah.
Look at it! It's real!
So we went to Hogsmeade first?
Yeah, we went the wrong way.
Yeah. So it's split into Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley. So we wanted to go. Diagon Alley had the one ride that I was afraid of. So Rissa was like, let's go to that one first. That one also is notorious for having a very long line. Yeah. So we're like, let's just get that one done with. So you gotta go. We have to take the Hogwarts Express, which is the coolest
freaking thing in the world.
It's not it's a real train. Like, you do have to, it does take you from one part to the other part.
But it is like a ride.
But, I mean, it's literally like just like the movie. I mean, they even have the seat numbers. They have pictures, and you go in. You get your little cubby. It's like 2 couches. The door closes, and we were lucky enough where we got there so early that it was just you and I sitting in there by ourselves. Yeah. And then you got your little window, and there's a video playing, but it looks like
it looks like a window. Yeah,
it looks like the English countryside. Yeah. Through the at the window.
And the first one was cool because we were actually going from Hogwarts to.
So like London, pretty much.
Basically London.
Yeah. So, but it's like the door is like a frosted glass, but it looks like people are walking. There's no one walking by, but they make it look like there is.
Shadows.
Yeah, like you hear people talking.
And it is like you hear like Hermione, Ron, and Harry.
It was like, and this was just a train ride, and and I mean, it was amazing. So, and then just the detail that they put into it, like they have real London ads to make it look like you're actually in the underground at London. They even have like the sign said like pram parking, which a pram is a stroller, but in England they call it a pram. They had actual English chocolate, like Mars bars and stuff like that. It was.
We should have gotten something.
Yeah, it was just absolutely the amount of detail that went into this. Just the train.
Yeah, and you walk out. You walk out, and you're not in Like, you're not at Diagon Alley. You're at London.
Yeah.
Which is, like, that, like, I was like, where are we supposed to go? I need to be
like
there
they
now.
had a bus. They had a big, you know, the bus, and it was just so cool. They made it look like you get out, and you get out of the train station, and it feels like you're on a street in London.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. So much detail. And, so then we go on the ride, which is Escape, from Gringotts, which is the bank in Harry Potter. And I was really nervous. I do not like rides. The whole family makes fun of me because I do not like rides. This one ride, so I have to go on and watch them on YouTube because I freak out. I get so anxious just waiting in line, and I psych myself out. And I'm usually fine because a ride lasts, no more than 3 minutes tops. But I psych myself out so bad waiting online that I'm a mess by the time I finally sit down. So but I knew I would really regret if I skipped this one. And this one had a tiny, tiny little drop in the beginning.
Like nothing.
Yeah, and then the rest of it is just 3D, which is really cool. All these rides are nothing like any ride you've ever been on before. They actually do move, like you're on a track. But you also are wearing 3D goggles,
and you're moving like screen to screen, but like you can't even tell you're moving screen to screen.
No, they're amazing. So we get on, and the drop is in the very beginning, and I got through it fine. And then for most of I did have my eyes, because what I like about these 3D rides is that I can close if I feel like I don't like the feeling, then I can close my eyes, and then I don't feel it. And then Brian was like, then what's the point of even going on then? I'm like, because at least I can sit down on the ride, whereas normally I have to sit outside and wait for everybody. I'm like, at least I can go. And just a big part of going on these rides is just waiting in the line.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you are Bellatrix walking down, or Hermione as Bellatrix with the Polyjuice potion, but you feel like you're her walking in the bank.
And like everything is so realistic, like all they're trolls, right?
Goblins.
All the goblins look like super real.
They have these giant, like, crystal chandeliers. It's
like musky and dark.
The ride is amazing.
Yeah.
You feel like you're in in the bank.
It's so lifelike. Like, it's amazing.
So then after that, we went and we had to get our butterbeer, which we got regular butterbeer first. They have 3 different kinds.
We got frozen first.
Oh, yes, that's right. We got the frozen.
Was amazing.
I highly recommend getting the frozen butterbeer.
The greatest thing maybe I've ever drank.
Yeah.
And I've drank some amazing things.
But, no, that frozen butterbeer.
It's like A1.
Oh, so good. So then, and we also had the regular, which was good, but the frozen, being it is very hot, it's in Florida.
Yeah.
So, but that frozen butterbeer was absolutely delicious.
So good. Like, I can go for one.
Right and now. So then our wand experience. I'm gonna let you tell this story.
So the wand experience was probably the great. Like, I peaked.
This was the reason we wanted to go. For it to get
like
our
last
own
Christmas, we were like, when we were thinking about getting each other gifts, like on Christmas, we were like, I was gonna get you a wand, but then I realized like we need to go to Harry Potter World and like get our wands.
Oh, thank God, because I didn't want you to get me a wand. I was so worried that someone would, because it was like the first Christmas where both of us everybody knew, like it was very easy to buy us gifts because everybody knew to get us something Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I was really worried that someone would get me a
wand. We were like
wand.
late to the game, Harry Potter game, but like better late than never.
So they actually have Ollivanders.
Yeah. And it was so cool. Like, we walk in, and we're with, like, a bunch of people. Like, thank God there were no little children with us.
Yeah, they would have definitely got picked.
Yeah, but instead, I got picked. Because I am the chosen one.
So they pick one person. It's like a little demonstration, and they pick one person out of the crowd to, like, be the one who gets, like, your own signature wand.
And it's like, shit, like, this is roll.
And it was really cool. The little demonstration was
like,
so cool.
She comes in and like she's like looking at us all, and like she's like real spooky kind of.
Yeah, very in character.
Yeah, like great actress.
Yeah.
And she's like looking at everyone, and then like she turns to me and it's like, you. And I was like, me? Me? Are you sure? So then she picks me, and I'm just like standing up there, like staring at her, like smiling. So she's asking, like she asked me like a question. I don't even remember, like, blacked out because I was so excited. She
gave you one wand.
Yeah. And then I, like, she told me, like, do something, and I did, like, a little movement and, like, said something, and I'm pretty sure, like, I killed flowers.
Yeah. She wanted you to water them, and instead you killed them.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, no, that wand's not going to work. Yeah.
So then, the second time, she's like, oh, can you make it a little lighter in here? And, like, I made it, like, storm.
Yeah, like it was, like, thunder and lightning,
and I was like, shit, this is not my wand. Take this from me, please. So then the third wand, she's like, here, try this one. And, like, It got, like, beautiful.
There was one spotlight on you, and then a choir.
And, like, I felt like there was, like, some, like, air, like...
Yeah, you know what? I think it did get a little windy.
Right?
Yeah, like
a beautiful wind.
Air. Yeah.
Like, and I had, like, my wand, and I was, like, I had it, like, going forward, and, like, it was just, like, this magical moment. I was just smiling the whole time.
It's really cool.
And I was just, like, I'm the chosen one.
Yeah. Of course you don't get the wand for free.
Superior. Yeah, it wasn't for free, obviously. It's super expensive. But at that point, I'm like, how can I be the chosen one if I don't have a wand? Yeah. I was like, I owe this to the people.
Yeah. So, but then, I mean, the wand shop, so then you leave the little demonstration, you go out to the wand shop, and it's really, like, from floor to ceiling, just wands. Boxes of wands. And so I got to pick out mine, and they're interactive, and you can walk around the park, and there's these little gold plates in the floor, and you walk up to them, and you can do certain spells, and it's a lot of things in windows. Yeah. And something will happen in the window.
Like, there's a lot of water stuff, too. Like, doing stuff with water.
It's really tough. Yeah. Like, you really have to make sure that your hand movement is right, or else the spell won't work.
Yeah. It's super really cool, though.
So then we went to the other big ride they have is the Forbidden Forest ride.
And this was my favorite.
This was a tough one for me.
This one was so cool.
I really wish I could like this one, because I watched it online, and it looked fine, and I was not worried about that. Go figure, the one I wasn't worried about at all was the one that was really tough for me. But it's a ride that you've, like, never been on before, that you'll never experience, and it was strange. It's like you have to run onto the ride. It's like, think of like a 4-person couch, like a love seat, and you sit down, and
but you're in, like, a box.
Yeah, and you can't see the person next to you. And so, go on the single rider line.
Oh, shit.
Because, I mean, we didn't ride together, but you can't talk to each other anyway, so what's it matter? Like, I guess if you are with a group of 4, but it was just her and you.
But there's literally, like, a wall between you and whoever's next to you.
You can't even see the person, which was good, because I was freaking out. But, so... Then
you're freaking out, and, like, my, like, whole thought process, like, I'm living my best life right now.
I wish I could have. My eyes are pretty much closed for the entire ride. But this one, there's a screen to watch, but then there's also, like, a dragon, like an actual dragon head pops out at you and breathes fire in your face. I only felt, like, the heat because I had watched it online, so I knew that stuff was around, and I felt the heat, and I'm like, okay, that's the dragon, but this one was rough because so imagine you're a couch in the air, and it's moving. I mean, you're on your back, then you shoot back forward, and then, the
it's like
just
throwing
thing,
you all over the place.
Yeah, and it was rough. I mean,
I'm just like, oh my god.
One of my tricks is that I hold in, like, put pressure on my stomach, and that helps with the motion and stuff like that. But
were you, that like, one bruised the next day from, like...
No, you know what? My wrists actually hurt because I was holding my stomach in so hard. But that one was a real rough. And I really wish, because I think you feel like you're flying on a broom the whole time. And I would open my eyes for a second to see if it was okay, and we would be doing something crazy, and I'd have to close my eyes again. So that one I wouldn't be able to go on again.
So
but at least
cool.
I went on it. So
because you go through, like, the Quidditch field. And
I could hear everything going on, but I knew that it'd be really bad news if I. And I mean, at least I'd go on the Gringotts one again, even though I'd be freaking out again, even though I went on it. But the Forbidden Forest one, I can't even open my eyes, so there's no point. That one I get, Brian. Like, what's the point? Because I didn't even like just sitting there. Yeah. Like, that was and normally the little bit of motion is okay, but this, I mean,
this, like, throws you.
Yeah, this one, you're just like a rag doll. Like, it's just whipping you all over the place. Great. So one thing that one little judgmental thing is that there's not enough Fantastic Beasts stuff.
There's nothing.
No, absolutely nothing. And I had a Newt Scamander zoology shirt on, so
Fantastic. I was a big fan. Like, a lot of people like that one.
But there was nothing, absolutely nothing for Newt, who is a really cool character that the movie just came out, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago? There's nothing, no merchandise, just nothing. That would have been really cool.
Newt deserves better.
Because there's so many really cool animals. Like, this is bringing a whole world of animals that we didn't even know existed.
Because I think they're just going to keep building on this Harry Potter world, which they should, because...
It's a gold mine.
Yeah. And, like, how cool would it be to, like, go through, like, a safari, but, like...
With the Harry Potter animals?
Yeah, like, as if you're in, like, Newt Scamander's briefcase.
Yeah. Oh, that would be amazing.
Right?
And they can still make it a ride. Like, you can feel like you're flying on something and it's doing all the dives and barrel rolls
Even
if you
just did it like a safari thing.
Yeah.
Like almost like that. And then
that would be perfect for me.
Right?
Just like nice, relaxing looking at animals. That's my type of ride.
But I just think that would be so cool.
That's the one little judgmental thing that I have. And I'm still okay.
No, like, I'm still like, yeah. That was just the one thing I expected more of.
Yeah.
But, like, I'd still, like, live there 100%, like, 365 days a year.
Yeah. I mean, living my best life.
Yeah. The shops are amazing, too.
Yeah, I mean...
there's just little details, like, in the Weasley shop, the Weasleys... there's just, like, so...
They literally have, like, the actual things.
It looks exactly like it.
Yeah, and the actual things that they sell, I mean, obviously it doesn't do the stuff that they... But, like the candy shop, so the chocolate frogs...
Oh, my God. If you go, get a chocolate frog.
It's really good
it's like $10, but it's, like, a lot of chocolate.
Yeah,
and it's
like,
good.
It took us days to finish it. It's, like,
another
solid.
little disappointment was we got the same card and she wasn't super cool.
Yeah, we got both a Ravenclaw card.
Yeah.
And we're a little disappointed. I was hoping to get Dumbledore, but you know,
like
we'll go back and get another one.
Yeah.
But they have real like official robes, which I really regret.
Me too, because I was like Halloween costume.
Yeah, I know. We tried them on and we took pictures with them.
And we're like, oh my God.
Yeah, which you'll see on our Instagram, but we didn't buy them because they were $115.
Yeah.
Next time. I mean, I'm not that turned off by the price. Like, I'm probably still gonna buy it.
I've spent more money on stupider things.
Yeah, our wands were $50.
I was the chosen one. I had no choice. Even Harry Potter had to pay for his wand.
But I highly recommend not even if you don't even like. I mean, Brian didn't know anything about Harry Potter and still loved it. I mean, he was sending us because they went before we went. And he thought it was so cool. So you don't even have to like it. It's just really cool. It's a totally different style of theme park.
And if you just listen to this entire podcast about Harry Potter and you've never read or watched Harry Potter...
Yeah, if you've made it this far,
like,
then you know Harry
can
Potter.
make it. And if you can make it, you do it. Because you'll be sucked in and you'll be maybe Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Or Hufflepuff. Hopefully not a Ravenclaw. You can be Slytherin.
We'll see. Yeah, you can be Slytherin. Again, nothing bad about that.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that's about it.
We will see you next week.
Yeah.
Hear us next week, I guess. We're not going to see you. This is a recording. So we hope you have a lovely week and good